I don't see any heat coming off of it. Oh, hi everyone. Bob Santucci for the Healdsburg Real Estate channel. Caught me checking my water heater here. I've recently moved out into the country. I'm a country property specialist. Of course, I do a lot of residential, but country property is I love doing it. And so I'm going to continue my educational series on country properties. And today I want to talk to you real briefly about water heaters, okay? You ever go on a country property and the water smells kind of like rotten eggs? A lot of times that's caused by something in the water, and many times you don't need to have a water filtration system to overcome that. Inside the water heaters, this is what do we got here? We got a 50-gallon electric water heater. Now, a lot of people are going with on-demand, and on-demand out in the country used to be a problem because if the power went out, they wouldn't start. So now they have a self-igniter on them, so that's not an issue anymore, and you're on a well, so if you can't get water to the water heater. I really like these babies. It costs a little bit more, but you know, you got 50 gallons of water in case of a power outage. You get power's out for 3, 4, 5 days. You're going to need at least 50 gallons of water. You got it stored right here. Somebody's put a water heater blanket on this thing. It's not warm. It's not insulating anything. And it didn't cover the top of it. Good water heater. I can just about bet when it was installed they didn't switch out the elements. First thing I'd do on a water heater if I was installing it in the country would get a water sample. Take it to the Farm Bureau, have it analyzed. Have somebody, anyone analyze it. Just take a look at the water. And at the top of these water heaters there is a sacrificial anode. Let me grab the camera real quick. I know this is kind of a goofy way to do it, but at the top of the water heater there is this bolt that nobody seems to know what that is. I've talked to about a dozen plumbers in the last week, and they're like, I don't know, I guess it's a drain. It's a sacrificial anode. So there's a piece of metal hanging in the water heater, and it is designed to rot. Rather than the water heater body rot, that sacrificial anode, if there's high iron, you use a steel anode. If you got water that smells like rotten eggs, after it goes through the water heater, then you need a magnesium sacrificial anode. That sacrificial anode will be eaten away in about 3, 4, 5 years. You got to drop another one in. And they're designed to do that. That will go ahead and keep that eating away of the anode. That will also be taking place inside the tank. Rather than your tank rot, you lose your little anode. The other thing I do on a water heater like this is right away put in sand hog elements. They're a fatter element, they're a bigger element, they last way longer, they do use more electricity, but they heat up the water so much quicker. Draining, cleaning, flushing, leave the water on, hook up a garden hose, flush out the bottom, residential or country. Do that once a year. When you change your clocks in the fall, flush that out. Sand builds up in the bottom of the water heater and doesn't allow the water to be heated by the elements. So, on demand, great way to do it. You aren't heating all that water and letting it sit there hot all the time. Not the way I go, but, you know, I'm old school and what do I know? I think that's kind of covered it for water heaters for right now. If you have any questions, you can reach me by email at bob@healdsburgrealestate.com or at healdsburgrealestate.com. I really appreciate you taking a moment to watch this video, and I hope it's helped you learn just a little bit more about country property. Have a great day. Thanks a lot for visiting.